morning. It is Monday, the 24th of April, 2017, and I'm here for another day of SSSVEDA where I vlog every day in April. So today I'm going to answer a question by one of y'all. This is from, I hope I pronounced this right, Simple Mar Crafting, M-A-U-R, is that Mar? If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. So she asked about homeschooling. Okay, so she has three questions, but let me just kind of give you the story instead. So one of the questions is, what helped us make the decision to homeschool? Well, my brilliant Dammy, she's 17. She's finishing her senior year of high school right now, and she should be done towards the end of May. Yay! When she was 3 years old, she brought me a book and said, "Mama, tell me how to read this." And what was I going to do? Say, "No, sorry, sweetheart. You have to wait until you are ready for kindergarten, and then you can start to learn to read." No, I couldn't do that. And so we did we did the Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. We did not really do much with the handwriting just because she was not, she wasn't ready for that yet. She just didn't have the, I don't know what the word is, coordination to start learning to actually write. But the reading portion of it, the phonics and everything, that is what she was ready for. So we did that. And we had thought about homeschooling, and we just decided, you know, this works so well, let's just keep going and see what happens. Now, when she was in 4th grade, I think that's right, we put her into public school because I was beginning to work as a hospital chaplain. So for a little over half of her 4th grade year and all of her 5th and 6th grade year, she was in public school. She attended both just a traditional public school, and then she also she moved into a magnet school, and it was okay, but she had a little bit of struggles with, she was getting stuff done so quickly and then just having to sit around and wait. And she didn't like that much. So after I got sick and I was not able to work anymore and I was going to be home, she said, "Can I go back to homeschooling?" And I was like, yes. So she has been homeschooled the rest of, starting 7th grade all the way through to now her senior year. So what we decided to do, because we talked about when we moved over here, about potentially putting her in a Scottish school for the experience of it and such. But she was going to be finishing her senior year the same time the Hubs was finishing his PhD. And we worried about, if we went back to the U.S., if a part U.S., part Scottish education would easily go into university or college. And so we were really kind of worried about that. So we decided in the end just to continue homeschooling. And what we did, because homeschooling is not very common over here at this point. And there is a homeschool group here in Edinburgh that we visited a few times, but most of the kids in that group were littles, like 3rd grade and under, all the way down to baby. And so Dammy felt kind of out of place in that. So we didn't continue with that. We did end up putting her in a theater class once a week. And so she has had that experience, which she's really enjoyed. So what we did when we got over here is we sat down and we looked at the requirements at several different universities within the U.S. and here, about what would be required for her to be able to go to that college or university. And we kind of whittled it all down to see, you know, and for the most part, there was pretty similar requirements, especially the U.S. school, universities and colleges, you know, 4 years of math, 4 years of science, 4 years of English, 4 years of history, speech, physical education, you know, and electives and all that. So we we figured all that out and we laid out what she would need to do. Now, for the electives, we kind of just put in, okay, she's going to do an elective or 2 electives this year or whatever, and then have just filled them in as we've gone into the year. So we are using the website that we use to get all of our curriculum from. That is the wrong mouse, and that is why it is not working on this computer. I want to make sure I give you the right website address. Yes. So the website that we are using is called allinonehighschool.com, and it's all spelled out, allinonehighschool.com. It is the sister site to, it's also called Easy Peasy All-in-One High School. It is a sister site to allinoneHomeschool.com, which is Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool for 8th grade and lower. So we use that site to find free programs for her different courses that she needed to take or wanted to take. And there are so many universities and school districts that are offering free online courses now that it was pretty easy to find stuff without having to pay. And so that has been really, really helpful. We found our favorites and have gravitated back to those ones again over the years. But what we did at the beginning of each of her high school years is we sat down and said, okay, this is what courses you need to complete over the course of this year. And we figured out what would go in what semester, because we just did 2 90-day semesters. And then once we figured all that out, I was like, okay, here you go, Dammy. And we wanted to not enable, I can't think of the word I want. We wanted her to have the experience of having to figure out what to do when, so that when she does go to college or university, she has that skill set already in place, so that she doesn't go into a university class and the professor hands out a syllabus and is like, okay, this is due then, go for it. We wanted her to have that experience while she was still here at home, so that we could help her along with that. So she's gotten better and better at it over these last 4 years. And, and we've always said, we're here to help. If you have any questions, if you have any problems, we're here. Otherwise, we check in on everything at the end of the semester. Now, the Hubs has done some theology and religion courses with her, so that's been a little more hands-on for him for those classes. And then, of course, she does her theater classes. And so, yeah, she's done really, really well. She'll finish up late May, I think is what we ended up figuring out, if not early June, but I'm pretty sure late May. And, yeah, so what about college? So she does intend to attend college. At this point, though, we don't know where we're going to be. So the Hubs is finishing up his dissertation. He defends his dissertation at his Viva mid-June, and our visas expire in August, which means if he doesn't have a job here, we have to leave and go back to the U.S. So he is looking for a job, but we don't know where that will be yet. And so Dammy wasn't comfortable deciding which school she wanted to go to until she knew where we're going to be. So she's going to take, unless something just works out in the very immediate future, she's going to take at least a gap semester, which is totally fine, especially because she started homeschooling a year early. And so she will be 17 still when she graduates high school. So taking a gap semester or year is not a big deal. And it wouldn't be a big deal anyway. That would be fine. So that is her plan until we find out where we're going to be. And then she figures out what university she wants to attend. Most likely relatively close to where we're living, if not in the same city. I don't think she wants to be too far away from us right now. So we will have some rules in place for her during this gap semester or year that she'll have to be working or volunteering or whatever until she starts university. But that is the plan at this point. So Simple Mar Crafting. I hope I answered all your questions. If you have any other questions about homeschooling, we are very happy to answer them. Just post them in the comments below. And yeah, so that is about homeschooling for us. I hope you have a great Monday, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. Until then, bye.